you're worried about it, you probably shouldn't be there. That, and he understood another thing about people. They're dirty and lazy.
I'm not stubborn, I'm in charge.
That's the one I went on to. One other thing that may seem like overkill, whenever we're leaving, I shut off the water. Better safe than sorry. But we were fancy about it.
Oh yeah, he like had
Phrase de jour. Because we all know that RVs aren't built with industrial grade equipment. Alright, day 4, Fort Wilderness. The last day. The last half hour.
I was gonna say, we have to check out here pretty soon. So we got smoothies going for this morning before we head out.
Jess made us some lovely smoothies.
I know, I gotta finish them. Hold on.
This one's Lily's. She likes mango.
This is Corey's. Corey likes strawberry. Layla and I like strawberry raspberry. Lily's whipped cream's looking a little sad there.
Yeah.
Alright, there we go.
Just when you thought we were going to be healthy.
A little tiny bit of whipped cream, never hurt anyone.
No, that's Greek yogurt.
Yep. Milk, strawberries, all frozen. Strawberries, mangoes, we put frozen spinach in it and banana to sweeten it. And then this is my favorite stuff from Walmart. We put this in our newsletter the last time we made these. That's the superfood that we buy from Walmart that I absolutely love. So you're getting a full serving of vegetables and fruits on top of the frozen fruits you're putting in there, and you're getting the protein from the 2% Greek yogurt.
Well, we've had an adventure here. It's been a packed few days. So
it's been busy.
Red Friday. Remember, everybody deployed.
Yes.
Okay, so we're off to Thousand Trails, Orlando next. Layla, she peeked around. Is he done? Is he done yet? This is one of my favorite calendar drawings you've done, Lily. She did that in Key West.
That was like January though, so no, but I can't erase it.
Yeah,
I love it so much. When we were in our house in Maine when the girls were babies, we had a neighbor that came over one day and we always had a board on our fridge and he called it the phrase of the day, so whenever somebody said something funny.
But we were fancy about it.
Oh yeah, he like had
Phrase de jour.
It was called phrase of the day, and he would come over and change the font of phrase of the day or write it in French or something. But it was a tradition that when someone said something funny or a weird line, it
Mostly
got written
dumb.
up. Mostly stupid. Dumb. But
immortalize it.
That has come back to the RV, which is really fun.
The phrase de jour. What's a good one? We have a good selection. Let's see.
Oh, I'm not stubborn, I'm in charge.
That's the one I went on to.
Cheese fries, please. No, they're all pretty much just dumb. Papa Corey.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, let's go drink these things before they melt.
I know, they're melting already.
Alright, last views of this site. All right, so it turns out we got lucky. They didn't find out about the Universal thing, and we did not get kicked out.
You're such a dork.
So one thing Walt Disney understood was people, and part of his premise was how to move people, and that's why his theme parks were so successful. That, and he understood another thing about people. They're dirty and lazy. He realized early on average, people did not walk more than 30 feet before throwing stuff on the ground.
Stop it.
Yeah, so he decided that every 30 feet there needs to be a trash can.
No way.
So anyways, if you haven't watched it on Disney Plus or wherever you can watch it, Disney's Imagineering is a really, really awesome documentary. Whether you like Disney or not, or just like it a little, watch that documentary. It's just one of those, I don't know, it's good history.
It was very interesting to see all those pieces. Somehow I missed the whole like garbage thing, but it is something you notice. There are garbages everywhere in lines, like everywhere you go.
When he opened the park, or wanted to open the park, his wife said, "Why do you want to open an amusement park? They're dirty." That was one of the things. Speaking of Thousand Trails, when we left last time, one thing I didn't mention after installing the Sumo Springs was what was our unloaded ride height, and it's 10 inches. So we sag about 1.5 inches now, which isn't too bad. So we can't check into our RV resort. So one other thing we like to do, come do your shopping while you're waiting around. Get that out of the way so you're not impeding on your fun time. So while you're waiting around, make sure you're doing your shopping.
one. Stop
This is literally the deciding move of the whole game, Layla.
Okay, we've been getting lots of comments and messages in asking when shirts and sweatshirts are going to be available again, so we are very excited to announce that today the It's Better Outside Spring 2023 store is open. The store is going to be open through Tuesday, May 2nd. So just to remind you guys, this is a pre-order store. The store is open for a couple weeks, and then we get those orders filled and they will be mailed out by Memorial Day. Just like our regular store that you guys have seen before, we're gonna have all of our usual items with logos designed by our oldest daughter, Lily, but we have a couple things that are new this year that we're really excited to share with you.
So a lot of you guys have asked about a Red Friday shirt. So I've been wearing one around, you've seen it in the videos, and now we're actually gonna have one available. I'm really excited about that.
Red means remember everyone deployed, so we wanna make sure that we remind you guys to join us on Fridays wearing red, remembering everyone deployed. These shirts are very dear to our hearts. Corey is a Navy vet, for those of you who didn't know. His older brother from 320 Ink, who prints all of our shirts for us, is an Air Force vet, and their younger brother, Evan, is serving in the military currently in the Army. We're very excited also for zip-up sweatshirts. Everyone has asked us for the last 2 years, can you please have a zip-up sweatshirt? We have heard you, we have those. And ladies who were very excited about tanks but wanted a full color tank top, we have you guys covered on this store as well. As a thank you to everyone who's ordering this year, we also have stickers that will be free with every single order.
All right, this is what we're really excited about. It is going to be literally better outside with this particular shirt. My brother has a new process where it's color changing ink. It's clear inside, but when you get out in the sun, the colors come alive, so it's literally better outside.
We can't wait to see all of these new sun-revealed color shirts outside.
So please, if you get one of these shirts, share the photos with us. I want to see these colors changing. I think it's going to be so fun to see.
Thank you so much to everyone who has supported us through the It's Better Outside store and sharing our message that it is truly better outside. Be sure to tag us at Finding Our Someday and hashtag It's Better Outside of all of your adventures this summer.
All right, so we made it to Orlando. We're putting down awnings again and going to Universal.
Different park at Universal though, and this one is one of our absolute favorites. We are big fans of water parks, so Volcano Bay. If you've never been, the next time you come to Orlando, you need to come check it out. It is amazing.
Yeah, it feels like it was just yesterday, but it was like a week ago. We're being spoiled by our good friend
Mike and Kathy. Thank you so much. They hook us up with tickets whenever we're in the area, and we are so grateful. It's such fun memories to bring the girls to these parks.
Another reason why we came here was because my parents were going to be in the area. They were visiting some friends down here in Florida, and we were able to come over here. It was just fun to show my dad around. This is one of our first parks, so it was just cool to be like, oh, and this is where that happened. We share pictures over the years, and it just brings it to real life, and it was nice to share that. What do you like better? Theme parks or water parks?
Water parks.
Water parks.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Lazy river.
One other thing that may seem like overkill, whenever we're leaving, I shut off the water. If we're gonna be gone all day, I'll just shut off the water. Better safe than sorry. All right, we are definitely water people, so we love Volcano Bay. That place just gives the vibe that you're on this tropical island. They got all the sounds that you want to hear. It's so much fun. The slide, I don't know what it's a water slide, like a roller coaster.
It's a roller coaster water slide. I mean, it's by far our favorite ride there.
Unbelievable.
So if you have not been to Volcano Bay, we highly recommend it. It is one of our favorite parks. When we got there, we started talking about the fact that we do have a process that we have learned that we do before we leave the RV when we know we're going to be gone all day long. And we thought it might be helpful to share with you. It's something that once you get on the road and get in the habit of it, it's going to be like second nature. But when we first started, it would have been helpful for us to have it. So I'm going to go through a list of the things that we do in preparation for leaving for the entire day. You never know what's going to change. You don't know what's going to happen with the weather. So that's one of our number one tips, is always bring your awning in. You do not want to leave your awning out and then all of a sudden have a crazy windstorm pick up.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
Just because the weather's like super nice when you leave, the wind could pick up. You don't know what the weather's going to do, so always look at the weather. Don't look at the temperature. Oh, it's sunny. It's going to be 80. No problems. Look at the wind speed. If you don't have a weather app that you can see the wind speed, and it'll give you a future wind speed. So make sure you get an app that does that. Even the standard Apple weather app works for this. I'm sure you guys all have your favorite weather app, but make sure it has wind speed.
Our second tip is if you're boondocking, turn your water pump off. Water damage is a nightmare in any RV, you guys know this, and so we just like to just make sure that that's not going to be a problem while we're gone. So when we're boondocking, when we just leave, we turn off the water pump. When we are staying in a park and we're hooked up, we just turn off the water at the source. So we know that there's no surge or issue that's going to happen while we're gone.
You never know. I mean, like, you could stay in your RV all the time, but it happens to be when you're gone, some silly part fails, because we all know that RVs aren't built with industrial grade equipment. I mean, you could have a foot pedal like loose on your toilet and it's slowly leaking in, but when it fills up that black tank, you have an issue. So there's a lot of things that can happen. It's a simple thing, just shut your water off.
So that's the water side of things. On the electric side of things, we always like to make sure that if we have a hot water heater on, that we turn it off before we leave and check all outlets. This is like back to like high school days, girls, where like you had to walk through and make sure when you left that the curling iron was off and all that stuff. So it's just a quick check throughout the RV to make sure nothing's plugged in that shouldn't be plugged in while you're gone. Our next one is making sure that bikes are locked and that anything outside that could blow away, like we said in a windstorm or something like that, is either folded up like your chairs or put away. It's just always nice to keep that stuff safe, and then obviously make sure that valuables are locked up or put away.
I can't tell you how many times I have streaked, not naked, but streaked running across trying to save somebody's RV from something that's out that's blowing away, usually those easy ups or whatever they're called. But those things can do some damage.
Serious damage.
So do your neighbors a favor and make sure everything is super secure, or just put away if you're worried about it. So the next thing we would say is don't sit here and stress about all your stuff all the time, but you do your due diligence and lock some stuff up if you can.
Okay, here's a tip for if you are leaving for the day and you know that you're going to be back and it's going to be dark when you come home. It's really a pain in the butt anyways to come back to a completely dark site. So if you know you're leaving, turn your awning light on, and we have a little tip for that too that we've talked about before. Make sure your awning is out just a couple inches, and that light will shine much farther if you have the light that's mounted that's underneath your awning. So turn that on, pull your blinds, turn a light on inside, and sometimes we even put the radio on or something that's making noise just to give the illusion that somebody's there.
You never want to advertise that you're gone. So have the illusion that you're there even if you're not.
Here's a big one. Make sure that your fridge and freezer have actually latched. It may not be anything that you've ever experienced before, but for some reason RV refrigerators don't always catch the way that you think, and so it's become a habit every time we leave with the RV or without the RV that somebody checks to make sure that both are closed. You just don't want all your food thawing while you're gone or the freezer making a mess on the floor.
So we all know that some RV refrigerators are not the biggest, so people tend to overstuff them maybe. So it doesn't latch fully.
Not us. We've never overstuffed our
So whether you're on a travel day or you're just leaving, make sure that is closed so you don't come back with a freezer full of thawed food.
All right. Make sure, this is just in general, that you're not leaving food or anything that's going to attract rodents or animals or bugs even. This is in general, but it's always good to make sure that you're checking your site, that like something from dinner didn't get left out by the grill or something like that. So that's just a really quick one. Our next one is making sure that your hitch is locked. Another just deterrent to make sure that nobody's going to try to come and do anything and grab your RV.
Your trailer hitch is locked,
yes.
We get asked that a lot. We just use a lock. We're careful of where we put our RV.
Yeah.
That's going to be the best thing you can do, and really the best advice. Don't leave your stuff someplace where you're worried about it.
Yeah.
If you're worried about it, you probably shouldn't be there.
Good call. Follow the gut on that one. Okay, pets, which opens up a whole other checklist.
Yeah.
We do not travel with pets, but those who do have mentioned that having a video monitor going and then also a temperature sensor. So if for some reason your AC shuts off and the temperature is actually like rising in the RV, it's going to notify you and let you know that you need to get back in case your pets are getting too hot in the RV.
So if you got questions about pets, we highly recommend you follow Pause for Love. They have all sorts of tips for traveling with animals.
And our last tip is not just for leaving for the day, it is in general. If you are RVing, make sure that somebody, a family member, a friend, knows where you are. So this is something that we do. We have a family member that every time we leave one campsite and are moving states or moving to another campsite, they know where we're going.
Or if you're going on a hike.
That is a big one.
You need to make sure you let people know where you are.
Yeah.
So if you don't come back, the sooner people are looking for you. God forbid something happens.
Exactly.
So let people know your plans, a family member, a trusted friend, let them know where you're at. And then as far as lights go, just make sure you get those little motion solar lights. Those things are handy. Light will always be the best security.
Yeah, we use those when we put them in, we put the RV in storage, and they are incredible. So that wraps up our list. If you guys have any other things that you do when you leave the RV, leave it in the comments below. We'd love to see what your process is, and we hope
for
you
the
guys...
different types of rigs.
Yeah.
We have a travel trailer, so there could be different with fifth wheels, Class C's, Class A's. Everybody travels differently. We'd love to hear your tips because people read the comments and they glean some information off of it. So if you have some tips, feel free to leave them in the comments. There's people looking in the comments all the time for extra information because the community has so much more information than just us alone has. So feel free to share.
And thank you to all of you who do share regularly. We are gleaning information from you
Yes.
guys all the time.
All I ever do is work, sleep, repeat.